Hello and welcome back to my Samurai Jack Retrospective. I'm your host, That Minnesotan Guy. Alright now, it is time to review the best episode featuring the Scotsman. This event has some twists and turns, so be prepared. The event is known as the Scotsman Saves Jack. How exactly does the Scotsman save Jack, though? Let's find out.
We open with a ship in the ocean that is full of bounty hunters. Wait, is that Boba Fett?
Our first referenced Star Wars. This event has some more, and I will point them out. You might ask what is the meaning behind them? Well, I've decided not to reveal that until the next review. Trust me, it will be worth it in the end.
Can you not see I'm trying to get a tan, you goldbean?
Yes,
I bet you have.
Sorry about the mess.
Good to see you again, Scotsman. Have you seen Jack? What's he been up to these days?
Is this a full-service boat or what? I need me a refreshment.
Here's your refreshment, sir.
Thanks, laddie.
You're totally welcome, sir.
What? What happened to you, Jack? Why are you dressed like a British sailor? And what's up with that surfer accent? Well, everyone, the plot of this episode is now in full swing.
At first, the Scotsman thinks Jack is really here, but the guy says that his name is Brent Worthington.
What? Okay. First of all, what kind of a name is Brent Worthington? That's the kind of name you give when you don't have any creative energy left in you. Not only that, but if I heard that name in a place where it wasn't sunny or surfer infested, I would laugh you out of the area. Look at me and tell me that you're not Samurai Jack.
I'm not Samurai Jack.
He's been brainwashed, or possibly suffered from a severe case of amnesia. How is this possible? In all seriousness, I like this reveal that Jack is not who we know him to be. It makes you wonder how he came to be this way. Don't worry, the answers will be revealed in no time.
The Scotsman reminds the now amnesiac Jack about Aku and his sword. Brent says he doesn't believe in weapons.
I can tell that there are several aspects of Brent's personality that annoy me.
The Scotsman tells Jack about all his deeds, reputation, and the bounty on his head. Several bounty hunters take notice, and a large Viking confirms that Brent is in fact Jack. The Viking knocks Jack out, and the Scotsman fights back against all the bounty hunters. He cuts a part of the ship to knock them down, and quickly abandons ship as he throws a grenade.
Did you see the looks on their faces? Just like old times, eh, old buddy? Oh, yeah.
Something I really like about this event is how the Scotsman looks out for Jack no matter what. It shows that the friendship between the two is unbreakable.
The Scotsman swims for a while, and Jack eventually wakes up. He can't remember what happened. Circles begin to form in the water, which turns out to be a legion of fishmen.
I can tell you right now that these guys have nothing to do with Aquaman or Namor. The fishmen tend to clash with them about various issues.
The Scotsman doesn't seem to understand what the fishmen are saying, but Jack translates for them. It turns out that Jack was on a boat when the fishmen were under attack from Aku. Jack freed them and then went on his way. The fishmen heard the explosion above and wanted to thank Jack since they didn't get to earlier. They salute him, but Brent denies that he is Jack. This only confirms the proof that the Scotsman needs.
This is only a couple pieces of the puzzle. Let's keep gathering them.
The Scotsman makes it to shore, and Brent thanks him before attempting to leave. The Scotsman states, though, that he needs to determine what happened to Jack and his sword. He then notices a fresh scar on Jack's chest. There is only one creature that can make something like that: the Tango Beast. He knows where to find it, and the quest to reclaim Jack's memories and the sword begins.
ever seen a story like this before? You know how the tag-along protests about going along? Well, we did get some of that. But what I do like is how the event doesn't annoy you with any further incidents. Tartakovsky does know how to respect his audience.
After some traveling throughout the day and the night, the Scotsman and Jack reach the lair of the Tango Beast. Brent still continues to deny being Jack, but the Scotsman intends to recreate what happened. So he takes out a sample of the wily Jub Jub plant to anger the beast.
Judging from what the plant looks like, what do you suppose the scent of it is?
The Tango Beast emerges from his cave, and Brent faints at the sight of it. The Scotsman defeats the beast with one punch, and I really love the look that the beast gives after the punch. It basically tells you that he doesn't want any more trouble.
Personally, if I were to add any dialogue for the Tango Beast's thoughts in a bubble, it would be this.
The Tango Beast recognizes Jack and tells the Scotsman that some time ago he was terrorizing a town and Jack defeated him in combat. They later had a talk about how the Beast was only doing what he did out of a lack of self-esteem and that he can turn things around for the better. The Beast says that he has his old job back and that he goes out more and washes before pointing in the direction of where Jack went.
I'd personally like to know what job the Tango Beast has. I'd never figure him as the kind who can hold one, considering that most companies wouldn't hire monsters as employees.
The Scotsman then finds sandal tracks.
Sandals? Ugh.
You wear sandals.
Like, never.
Shut it!
You know, Brent, I know many a surfer that wears sandals. It's not weird among them, you know.
The Scotsman and Jack eventually reach a seaport.
Hex Bucket Seaport.
You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Looking at the image of Hex Bucket reminds me of Seattle. Probably smells like the fish market.
The Scotsman asks various citizens if they know who he is, including some kids and a baby.
Was that baby with parents at all? Because I'm not exactly sure why something random like that would get thrown in. Is there a joke that I'm not getting here? Given the circumstances, it seems like the most logical explanation.
The Scotsman then finds a bar called the Stinking Hole.
Says it has cheap food. What do you mean? Is it cheaper than any of the fast food restaurants known to man? Well, you have to know these things when you're a reviewer, you know?
Has anybody seen this man before?
Oh, I think they have.
The Scotsman battles the bounty hunters, who are mostly pirates. It makes sense to me. Their numbers prove to be too great, and the Scotsman sets off another grenade and gets out just in time.
Let's get back to the business of getting Jack's memories back.
Hey, you want to hear a story? No, it's a great story. You never heard it before. It's epic, amazing. It's got action, drama, tragedy, ghosts, irony, repentance, gambling, death, questionable ethics, and an albatross, and The Walking Dead. And the best part is, it's all true.
Sounds intriguing enough.
I don't care if you think it is interesting.
Whoa, no need to get ticked off, man. It might have some interesting qualities to it. Wait, did I just sound like Brent?
The old sailor recognizes Jack and says that he was looking for a boat to go somewhere unknown. Apparently, Jack liked the old sailor's story. The old sailor thinks that Jack not knowing about the story is great because it can be just like new, but the Scotsman leaves with Jack.
I personally would like to hear that story myself. What was it called? The Rime of the Ancient Mariner? That sounds like a cool title. Looks like I'll have to track it down somewhere.
At the local chart house, the chartman states that Hex Bucket has many established shipping and travel routes. Jack could have taken any of them. He also points out the location of the Fishmen Kingdom and then talks about the Great Unknown. It's said to be infested with pirates, dark magic, mystery, and death. The Scotsman intends to go there with Jack.
I wonder if the Great Unknown is supposed to be a commentary about how the Earth's oceans are undocumented and that there could be hidden things undiscovered by man. Just an interpretation, though.
Is she a fast ship?
She's fast enough for you, Scotsman. Where you headed?
The Great Unknown.
Ah, that's the real trick, isn't it? And it's gonna cost you 10,000 in advance.
Like 10,000? Dude, we could like almost buy our own ship for that.
Yeah, but who's gonna sail it, kid? You?
Well, like, yeah, I could. I worked on a boat before.
That'll do you.
No need to comment on that. It's a great tribute. Alright, now we can finally find out what caused Jack to become infected with amnesia.
As the ship travels, the crew encounters rough waves, a sea monster, and a violent storm. They pass above the Fishmen Kingdom before reaching the Great Unknown.
Now for the moment of truth.
The crew begins to take notice of the calm waters, and they eventually reach a layer of thick fog.
They've discovered Skull Island. So that's where Jack was going, the home of King Kong. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Something's in the fog.
Sounds like someone stepping on a cat.
I respectfully disagree with that. I'll explain later about why I think this.
The Scotsman sees that everyone is hypnotized, but realizes something.
Lovely.
It's not really much of a surprise, but I do appreciate hearing the real voice of Jack instead of Brent. He's still in there. All the Scotsman has to do now is free him of this torture.
Well now, you don't see that every day.
Considering what I've seen in the entire series, I tend to see stuff like this on a daily basis.
The Scotsman notices other ships in the area, and then the crew offers all of their treasure as tribute. The Scotsman follows the crew into the mountain, and once they pass through the ear entrance, we see piles of treasure and the culprits, 3 sirens. Their previous victims include pirates, Vikings, naval officers, robots, and cruise employees.
Missing people and a huge amount of wealth stolen? No wonder these girls are good at their job. The Scotsman also describes their sound like someone gagging on a yak. I respectfully disagree with that.
One seems to resist. Are you not affected by our song? Don't you love us? Adore us?
Well, I'm going to explain my thoughts on your sound. All you're doing is hitting one note and expecting people to fall for it. To be fair, they do change it up here and there with lyrics and perhaps a change in pitch, but I'm not that impressed. I don't love you. I don't love you. Now to hear the Scotsman's extended thoughts on the matter.
You're all tone deaf. A banshee can at least carry a tune. I've heard pigs squeal better than you. Now, my wife, she can sing. Her angelic voice floats such melodious and heavenly tunes, it makes angels weep. The sun rises just to hear her moaning melodies.
Well, I respectfully disagree with that, Scotsman. I mean, there are far better female singers out there compared to your wife. Now I'm concerned she might have heard that. I better check every window, crack, or open area in my house. I'll be right back. Whew. I think we're good. Now I want to know what happened to Jack.
He was most troublesome, trying to free our slaves, until we sang a song that robbed him of his mind, while keeping his treasure as a prize.
That's it! You all will pay! Hit them where it hurts, Scotsman! Why, Miss Siren, you're trying to seduce me. Aren't you?
The Sirens then change the record to get the possessed people to attack, but the Scotsman comes up with an idea.
I hope that worked for Jack.
The Sirens then become Siren Ghidorah, and they coil around the Scotsman in order to kill him.
I remember now.
Finish them! All right, Jack is back. Job well done, Scotsman. Job well done.
I am forever in your debt.
Ah, don't mention it. So how you been?
Like, totally cool.
What?
Whoa, you better keep Brent in check, Jack. He's only going to cause trouble. I should know. I've seen his personality.
As the Scotsman recounts everything to Jack, they have a good laugh until everyone leaves the island without them. Dang it, they missed the boat.
Hey, laddie! We're in luck!
How fortunate.
Wow, you guys are in luck. Plus, we got to hear the famous theme of the Scotsman again. Also, early on, I saw various shipwrecks, and now the boats are operational. Maybe there were some ships that didn't break down over time. I mean, I don't know.
Jack offers to row back, but the Scotsman wants to instead. They argue a little bit, but then Jack figures they should decide through contest. The Scotsman recalls the test of strength from last time and decides to do something different.
The rest of this event is mostly the Scotsman and Jack having several contests to determine who should row. Spoiler alert, Jack wins them all. I could show you what they are, though.
The Scotsman and Jack throw pebbles in a long distance, run a lap around the island, jump onto a branch, throw spears, play a game of wood ninja, catch fish, build sandcastles, obtain bananas, have a long jump of distance, play a game of tic-tac-toe, and then a thumb war. Like I said, Jack manages to win all of them.
Come to think of it, I don't think any of this was necessary.
We end this event with Jack rowing back to shore with the Scotsman. Wacha!
So that was the Scotsman saves Jack. This is the best Scotsman episode of Samurai Jack, and there is no denying that. It has an epic quest, adventurous music, great references, impressive visuals, and some very fun moments. The Brent personality of Jack is annoying at times, but it's not something I would find completely insufferable. The contest that the Scotsman and Jack take didn't feel needed, and I would argue there are two instances where this event could have ended. The first being when Jack thanks the Scotsman for saving him. The second being where Jack and the Scotsman find a boat on the beach to return back to the mainland. Now, that's just me, though. Join me next time when I review episode 47. By then, I will reveal the truth regarding the Star Wars references. Now just remember, folks, I make this show for fun. I'm That Minnesotan Guy, bringing you all quality entertainment since 1996. Or is it 1986 or 1976? I don't know. I'll see y'all next time.